Well, I'm sitting here late at night, and do you know what? I figure, considering all of you must be feeling pretty crap right now, we'll put it as crap because well, it's been pretty crap, hasn't it? This coronavirus, but that hasn't stopped me from bringing you a film review Friday on a Friday. I know I missed it the last week and the week before. I'm very sorry about that. I was just like, I sort of slipped my mind really. I've just put it off, but I'm back once again with another film review because I figure you could all use a bit of a laugh and a bit of like a giggle at me reviews. I know there aren't many of you that watch them, but when you do watch them, they always put a smile on your face, I seem to find, because I don't know, I just see a lot of people smiling, gigging at them, and I just think they bring a lot of people joy, so I'm bringing you another one. So today I thought we'd do something which is completely just as far away from what I'm like as possible, and we review a film called Straight Out of Compton. Yep, we're doing Straight Out of Compton, but so this film, it's about the NWA and how they came to be and how they were founded and all the stuff they went through, and mainly it centers around three main real life people: Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Eazy-E. Those are the three main people in it. There's like other people in there as well, like part of the NWA, but the three main ones in this film are Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube. And it's basically how they founded their record label and became worldwide phenomenons in, like, I think it was like under a month or something. So yeah, brilliant movie, I've got to say, for a start. The actors in it were phenomenal in portraying these characters. These people, these real life people. They're not characters, they're real life people. But they were brilliant in portraying them. You've got some shocking scenes in there, because what you're watching, you have to remember, is it's all true. It's all happened before, and it's all based off of real life stories of these guys. So you can definitely see why when they're singing about what they're singing about, even though it's a lot of people found it very controversial because it like a lot of people thought it increased gang violence, or it promoted or like praised like gang violence, or put it in like a good light. They're singing about what they say is true, pretty much, because they're singing about what they live around and what they see. And what they constantly see is gang violence, cops beating up brutality in this film. And it's just like, you're sitting there and you're watching it and you're thinking, wow, no wonder these guys are like thugs and they have to be like built up and proper, we'll say hardcore and hard, because the atmosphere and the way they lived was just, it's unbelievable to think that these people live through this. But yeah, some of the songs they sing in it are brilliant songs. They've stood the test of time. I find that a lot of people still sing them today. And yeah, above all else, I think it's just, yeah, it's a really good movie. So we've spoken about the positives. There are some negatives in it. I'm not going to say there's loads of positives. There are some negatives in it. For example, I find that it sort of like drags on in moments where they should just be getting on with the storyline and telling us what happened to these people, instead of just delving into like sort of storylines that don't really need to be delved into. However, that's about it really. I found it quite funny in moments such as the bit when the cops are telling them, oh, you can't sing F the police to anyone, and they respond with, it's the police. It's a brilliant line. I find I laugh at it all the while when I watch the movie. It's a fantastic line, because it's just like, yeah, you're not going to stop these guys from doing what they're doing, because it's the way they were raised and it's the way they've grown up. And if you think because you're a cop they're going to stop for you or do something for you, it's just they're not. So that I love, because it just shows like who they really are, and like the fact that even cops won't stop them from trying to promote their message and trying to get out there what their life is like. And they're constantly singing about it. And then, of course, it's got a very emotional scene towards the end of the film where it's sort of a spoiler, but at the same time it's real life, so does it really count as a spoiler? Yeah, towards the end of the film, one of the main characters, as I spoke about earlier on, Eazy-E, he gets AIDS, and it's a really sad moment to watch, because you've got all of his, like, as he calls them, his brothers, standing around him, and it genuinely made me cry, because you've seen this guy grow up and is split up from his friends and his family, and it's really sad when you actually have to see him lying there on this bed, knowing that he's gonna die and he can't do anything about it. And it really got me, in particular, that scene. I don't know why, but it just did. Maybe it was the way it was acted, because they are honestly, they are brilliant in this movie for the way they act. So yeah, there's not much else I can talk about, really. I mean, the manager in it, Jerry, he's just a bit of a arse, as we'll call him. He's just a bit of a arse. He keeps, like, stealing money from, like, Jerry and taking money off the top. And Jerry, he keeps taking money off of Eric, not Jerry. Jerry's the manager. But yeah, he's a bit of a sleaze bag, and yeah, I can't believe people like that existed. Really, that's the main premise I took from that film. That while you're watching you have to sort of remember that these people actually do exist and were real. So yeah, straight out of Compton, I think we're gonna give it a 9 out of 10, because it's such a good movie. It's one of those movies where you're watching it thinking, oh, this is just going to be another generic, like, gang violence movie. And it's not. It's far from it. It's like, it puts a whole new light on these people, like Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, who you probably will have heard of somewhere in the news, and you'll think, oh, these guys are just like thugs. They just made their way up from the ground up, and they were a bit of a thugs in their youth. And it puts a whole new light on them and shows you that while they were thugs, they were more than that. They were artists, as we'll call them. So yeah, straight out of Compton, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, because yeah, I really like the movie. I really enjoyed watching it. So yeah, that's, I think, is going to wrap up this Film Review Friday. I hope you're all staying safe if you're self-isolating, and of course are doing the best to make sure you keep your friends and family as safe as possible as well. I am always here. I am on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing, next week, I'm going to be trying to do a week-long event of, like, movie reviews, so stay tuned for that. I will see you on Monday when I begin my week-long event, and you'll learn more about that on Monday. But until then, I've been Connor. This has been Film Review Friday. I will see you all next week. But until then, stay safe and goodbye.